This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to the Bulletcast.
For life.
Yeah. Bulletcast. What's going on? Stacy. This elite podcast in here. Ain't nobody better. Look. Yeah. Listen to us every time we live in the side. When you turn it on, it's just defining the mind. If you feel it, our opinions is great. When everything we moving now with the state.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, your mother's favorite podcaster, aka the Microphone Messiah. I am joined by the current reigning and defending podcast champion, Brandon Tanguba, Mr. No Days Off. Bulletcast episode 329, Blood Money in the Sand 9. Because Saturday is the 9th installment of these Saudi Arabia shows. Brandon, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Phillip, doing just fine. Just the two of us. OG, BC, reunited and feel so good. You know, not going to name any names, but, you know, one person here may have said they were going to be on the podcast and then last minute said they couldn't. The other person did give us the heads up and told us ahead of time. So you guys can just be out there and decide who's whom.
Yeah, they don't love us, but then again, what's love got to do with it? R.I.P. to Tina Turner. Let's address this right now. A titan of her industry, a legend, an icon, a goat, a true meaning in all those monikers and phrases and names. Just a pioneer, trailblazer, man. You know, overcome the stuff with Ike, and went on to just be great, be phenomenal. Touring at 69 years of age, performing into her late 70s. I believe even she performed a couple of years ago. I don't know. But it's fantastic. R.I.P. to Tina Turner, the private dancer. May she forever rest in peace.
Yes. R.I.P. T's and P's.
Yes, T's and P's. All right, SmackDown. The Bloodline segments. Roman Reigns is out there with the special counsel and the enforcer. Calls out KO and Sammy. He's talking to him. He had something to say to them. Usos beat them up. And then in the back, you know, Roman said, I had something to say to them. Get out, you know, get out of my face, get out of the office. But before that, when Roman was walking to the back, he bumped into Solo Sikoa. The look on Roman's face, the look on Solo's face. So, is Solo gonna be the one to dethrone our tribal chief?
I mean, as much as I love Solo and what he's doing currently in the bloodline, I don't know if he would be the right person. Because, you know, at this point, we're almost 1,000 days into this reign of Roman, that we kind of got to be very particular, and it's almost got to be the perfect person. We thought Cody was. Maybe Cody still is. I don't know if Solo is that person. If we have to choose someone in the bloodline, I lean towards Jay being the guy to take down Roman.
Okay, but if Jay beats him, then where does he go from there?
That's the thing, is I don't know where any of them go from there in the bloodline. Like Solo, the thing with Solo is he's very limited in what we've seen from him, and we don't know what he's. I mean, I would assume we don't see him wrestle all that much, but he's probably still training, trying to get better. But even in NXT, like, I was impressed with him in NXT, and he showed some character and some personality. Wrestling, you know, still has some work to be done, but I do wonder if they do that, which I'm not saying they will, but you could get something out of it. But I just
if it's Solo, you do to him what they should have given Umaga, that just give him that monster main event world title run. Now he doesn't have to hold it forever like Roman's done. And he doesn't need help. Just give him a straight 5 or 6 months of being the champ. He just beats people, and then he gets to a guy where it's just not his night, and then you move on.
The interaction between Roman and Solo, what was interesting, maybe you could say it kind of came out of nowhere. Maybe Roman was a little bit over the top in his reaction, just because it was like, you know, why would Roman be selling so much for Solo? But maybe if you turned it down just a little bit, it could have like struck, I think, the perfect note for me. But I think it's more of a red herring than anything, to be honest. I mean, we'll get to the predictions and see where we're leaning and what we think the finish is going to be, but I think it was just a little bump in the road. Maybe at the end of all this, whether it's at WrestleMania or whenever Roman loses his titles, maybe he's all alone. Even if maybe it's him and Paul Heyman, maybe it's just Roman by himself, and everyone just turns against him, and he's got to find his way without his family behind him.
That's what
And
Cody Rhodes said in that promo, before their match. A Roman with no more reigns, a chief without a tribe. So we'll see. Excuse me. Outside of the ring, AEW Fight Forever debuts June 29th of this year. So here in just about a month, yeah. It's finally been announced, so that's when the game's coming out. Brandon, you getting this? What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna check out the reviews and see what people are saying about it. I have not bought a wrestling video game in quite some time. They tout it that it's going to be an arcade style where WWE 2K is more of that realistic type gameplay. And, I am a Nintendo 64 kid, so I do remember the good old days. Never played No Mercy, but I played, similar WCW and WWF games. So if they can kind of master that type of feel, I'm definitely intrigued to see what it's going to be like, but I'm not going to rush out and play it. But it's about damn time. I mean, I remember us talking about this 10 months ago, and they had the Amazon listing of this coming out December 31st. It's like, oh, that's just a placeholder. They're going to come out before Christmas and it's going to be fine. But, we don't talk about it on a regular basis, but there were some issues, some bumps in the road for AEW trying to develop this game. But it's more just, they're starting a game from literal scratch almost, and that's what takes us so long. So after the fact, whether they just keep running patches or doing some updates or they do eventually do some sort of sequel, I don't think we'll run into this issue again.
It's either going to be a good game, chill. It's either going to be on par with the WWE 2K series, or it's going to be like the TNA game. Just not good.
Well, the thing is, it's just so different in the type of play that it is. They tout that it's easy to pick up, but difficult to master. And I don't know exactly how they're going to do that, but like a story, like is there going to be a story mode, GM mode, and like all the different things that people really want out of a WWE game that's sometimes they hit and miss on some of the key aspects of just outside of the gameplay.
It's going to be really realistic with the wonky ass booking.
And all the blood.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's all the blood. The debut of Collision will be at the United Center in Chicago, June 17th, Saturday. So what if they booked it here and Punk just doesn't show up? That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. It seems like everything is good to go and they've resolved their issues, whether that is literally they've talked it out and everyone's good now, or Tony, which I doubt he does this because he never does this, is put his foot down and be like, look, Punk, you're going to be here at Collision. I don't care if you're thrown to his fit or not, but you're going to be there. And Punk was like, okay, yes, sir. That probably did not happen, but as of right now, everything is good. Now, come talk to me on come talk to me on my birthday in middle of July and see exactly where everything's at. I don't know how that's going to happen.
June 17th.
Well, that's what I'm saying is everything's good now. Talk to me in a month or two when they're back in the mix and Punk might rub some people the wrong way in person. It's not just him going his little Instagram tirades.
I'll see. So here's how he showed up at the the Rampage first thing on the show. You run it to where like there's a minute left and they're about to sign off. His music hits. He just walks out on the stage. Have Shabani do one of those old WCW Nitro outings. Oh my God, it's so and so. We don't know what he's doing here. We'll have to wait till next week. Just do one of those. And then you anticipate, promote it on Dynamite, promote it on Rampage, CM Punk on Collision, just promote it like that, and they should be fine.
I don't think they do that. I don't know if they're going to do the full Rampage gimmick where they kick off with him, or maybe they put him at the top of the second hour or something like that. But I think Punk is going to be there. I think they do something where Punk actually does something. I don't think it's going to, it could be just a promo, so kind of similar to Rampage, or it's just a match. Rumors are he wants it to be Samoa Joe, but Samoa Joe has been kind of MIA on AEW television, but he's an ROH champion, so that would make sense. I was trying to pay attention and listen to the crowd reaction when he said Chicago, because it's a double or nothing crowd. They're gonna be very smart and tuned into what's going on. And he said Chicago, there was a pop. I I assume there was a CM Punk chant, but I don't know if there was some meddling with the audio or something. And they were doing different things on the screen as well, so I probably messed with the audio. But there was definitely like a positive reaction, but it almost sounded a little bit like a mixed reaction too, which is very interesting because that's like the hardcore of the hardcore people a week out of a pay-per-view in the city it's going to be in. You would assume a lot people will be pro Punk, but at this point in time, we're seeing his brand and value's been diminished over the past 8 months or however long this thing's been going on for.
Yeah, I say you do the Nitro thing.
Of course, because Phillip has all the best ideas.
Of course. This is not a best idea. So Hulk Hogan was on the MMA Hour, and apparently Shane McMahon asked him to wrestle him at WrestleMania this year, and Hogan's like, "Oh no, brother, but I see in about 6 months, And it's WrestleMania 40 next year is the 40th anniversary of him winning the title from Sheik, and Ariel Helwani asked him if there's a dream opponent, who would it be? And he said Austin. Hogan, Terry, nobody want to see this, bruh. No. Well, look, Austin, it was a brawl. It worked out in his favor. Obviously, he's much younger than you are, but brother, nope. Flair's last match was better than what we thought it was going to be. No, we don't need to see this. You had your last little string of matches and Impact on an Australia tour. You're good, bruh. Don't nobody want to see it. Denied. Next. Inside the ring, Mercedes Mone breaks her ankle in a match with Willow Nightingale at NJPW Resurgence in Long Beach to crown the first ever NJPW Strong Women's Champion. Willow Nightingale, congratulations. She's the victor. Yeah, Mercedes broke her ankle coming off the top rope. Notice Matt Vandergriff, a talented performer. You see him at Oasis Pro. He was the one that carried Mercedes to the back. Yeah, she broke her right ankle, man. What's going on? What's going on with these ankle injuries?
I don't know. I mean, this sucks. Everything pointed to she was going to win, and then I guess she called it in the ring. That was like, look, my ankle's messed up. I'm not going to be able to defend this or whatever. So Willow, you take it, you win. But I mean, it really sucks. She's had her wrestling matches, and she maybe has cooled off a little bit since she debuted in New Japan at January 4th. But every time she does step in the ring, it's always kind of a big deal, and the internet kind of goes crazy for her. So for her to break her ankle and for her to be on the shelf, presumably somewhere between 2 and 4 months, probably does suck and kind of cool her off even more. I know people were freaking out that they showed highlights of the match on Dynamite, so everyone's like, "Oh my God, this means Mercedes might be going to AEW soon." I don't know about that, but it just sucks all the way around. I mean, injuries suck, and especially with her on doing such limited dates to hurt herself here is terrible.
I know, bro. This is crazy. All these ankle injuries, bro. What's going on?
Everyone's got these soggy ankles. You got to tape that ish up.
I tested out the ankle a little bit the other day. Was in the ring, took a couple bumps, did some sprawls. Oh,
watch out. November 2024, we might actually get the bout everyone's been waiting for.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Liv Morgan, she has a shoulder injury, and Dakota Kai has a torn ACL. Obviously, Liv Morgan, the women were stripped of the women's tag titles, but then Raquel was in the match anyway. Yeah.
Even though the last tag champions had an injury with Lita, but then Trish was able to defend with Becky, so how come Raquel just couldn't have her own? Still technically
because
be the champion,
they were a quadrant already. They were together, so that if you just have somebody with Raquel, that doesn't make sense.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Yeah, semantics.
But, I mean, this is terrible. I mean, it happened in the same match, and apparently Morgan got hurt from a Kai kick, and then Kai was trying to protect Liv from further injury, and then she gets hurt with an ACL, and yeah, I mean, it really kind of derails what's in the plans because presumably they were going to do something with Raquel and Liv, and then presumably like a possible breakup of Damage Control, and now that's just out the window, and now it's Io and Bailey being a makeshift tag team. I don't know if they still go with some sort of breakup, or they just actually kind of keep it together for the next year. But an ACL is legit stuff, and she will be on the shelf for quite a while.
Absolutely. Let's get into the fan mail. Jack of all trades. Hey guys, was really thinking about Billy Graham and his impact on pro wrestling, not just for guys like Dusty, Flair, and Hogan, but his impact was so big it resulted in the way WWE brands its performers. Yeah, no, that's true. Um, that's why they're WWE superstars. That's why WWF superstars and WWE superstars was a thing because of Billy Graham. And uh, I was listening to Sam Robertson. If you really think about it, a lot of like the way the promo styles are for a lot of guys, they can kind of trace back, and you can hear Billy Graham, like he just mentioned with Dusty, Flair, and Hogan. You can hear a guy like LA Knight and so on and so forth. So yeah, Billy Graham, he did have a tremendous impact on this industry, and yeah, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Billy Graham, and we've kind of seen over the past week people talking about his impact and everything he's done. 70s or throughout the 70s and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
definitely an underrated person, I would say, in the wrestling business, just because everything kind of gets lost to time.
Who do you 420?
Who?
Mates, there's a lot of wrestling on this week, and how do you plan to watch? Oh, well, I gotta plan accordingly. I will be at UGWA Saturday. I'll be able to catch. So it comes on 1 o'clock our time, Night of Champions,
That'll be 10 o'clock our time.
10 a.m. Okay, so I'll be able to see this then. Okay, I'll be able to see this before I head out. That's good. No, I won't. I want to recap then. A Double or Nothing. I will. I'll try to. And I'll probably watch that later on that night or the morning. I got to see about that. But yeah, what about you, man?
Well, I am taking a little Memorial Day vacation, going up north to Washington State, seeing the Curveballs and Cherishaw's brother and Dominic. For sure, gonna watch Double or Nothing live. I don't know, probably do some sort of barbecue or whatnot. Night of Champions, Night of Champions, even though it's in the morning. Maybe wake up, watch it. Who knows? Maybe catch a little bit first and then leave and come back and watch the rest of it. NXT is also thrown in there somewhere. Probably won't watch that live. Maybe, on the flight back or, catch it later on. But yeah, a lot of stuff going down. And it's Memorial Day weekend, so there's other shenanigans going on. Probably a lot of local indie shows. So if you, check out your local indie, see if there's something going on there.
Absolutely. All right, let's get into the fan mail on Instagram. Oh, man, here we go. Here we go. Him Brightest Day X.
Mr. X.
The Hall of Famer. Are Jade's days numbered as TBS champion? We'll talk about that once we get over to the predictions. Title on the line for both Night of Champions and Double or Nothing. Since Brandon, he
course,
says
I'm a fighting champion.
He's going to he hold it forever. Let's put it to the test, bro.
I'm the fighting champion. I'm the Orange Cassidy of this podcast. I will, whatever, throw all your arrows at me and I will walk out unscathed.
Okay. He also asked, does anyone know what happened to Hit Row? Well, I'm a member, I saw Top Dollar, he was on the radio with DJ Who Kid, or Woo Kid, whatever. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's up at Hit Row. Hopefully they can get back on TV once things kind of calm down from Night of Champions. He asked, what will be more exciting? What will be a more exciting event this weekend? Night of Champions, NXT Battleground, or AEW Double or Nothing. Battleground could be a sneaky good one, bro. I mean, looking at the matches over there, and yeah, man, I don't know. You got people like Tiffany Stratton, who is athletic as all hell. I was watching that clip of her and Ruka. They can go, bro. Those are bright stars for the women's division down the line.
I don't watch too much NXT, but the scouting report that I have obtained is apparently they have a lot of wrestlers, and particularly a lot of like the female wrestlers are very athletic and they do a lot of things. They look pretty, but the basics still need some ironing out.
Do they? Who was saying this?
The people, the internet.
Well, are these people wrestlers? Are they?
Oh, of course not.
Are they coaches? So then, how do they know?
Yeah, Lance Storm. Lance Storm said it. I don't know if Lance Storm said it. I'll put his name on it, but it will. I don't know because there's the big 3 matches, the 3 main events for Night of Champions, and then Double or Nothing. I've kept saying about the build has been very scattershot, but at the end of the day, AEW always puts on a really solid show. I kind of lean towards Night of Champions, to be honest, just because the storylines and kind of everything might be better there, even though I think overall the wrestling matches will be better for AEW.
We'll see. Lastly, he says, also myself, along with 11 other pro wrestling artists known as the Wrestling Art Collective. All right, the WAC have put out a collaboration of wrestling themed stickers based on the Mad Toys, or the Mad Ball toys from the late '80s. Check out Grapple Ghoulies today. I'll be posting about that on the Bulletcast social media platforms. Just to look out for that. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna get into these predictions. It is go time. Here we go.
Taking a look at these stickers, and Mr. X, these are
Yeah.
pretty sick. Might have to grab some.
Things happened on Raw. Cody apparently got his arm broken. Trish and Becky had to sit down. But here we're gonna get to it all. So Night of Champions predictions: Gunther versus Mustafa Ali for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. I'm going with the Ring General Gunther.
This match is kind of weird, I think, in its booking. We kind of talked about it last week. Mustafa Ali will probably get a good reaction, being Muslim in Saudi Arabia, but this is just more of a showcase match for Gunther. I do wonder how the match is booked. Is it, Ali puts up a good fight, but Gunther just kind of beats him, or it's just since we're in Saudi Arabia, I'll refrain from certain words, and we'll just say a convincing victory for Gunther.
All right. You're going with Gunther as well. Next up, I have on the list Becky Lynch, the man, going up against the legend, the Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. I'm leaning towards Trish for this one, man.
I can definitely see that. Kind of bouncing back and forth myself. I do think they kind of stretch this out until SummerSlam, so maybe we get a wonky finish with Trish winning. Maybe we get a wonky finish with Becky winning. So I'll go with Becky Lynch to get the win.
I see. You're still on that. Give me that Becky, huh?
I've always been on Give Me That Becky. I mean, check the tapes. I know I might have destroyed the footage, so we don't really have a lot of the original stuff, but I've been on the Becky Lynch bandwagon since episode 2.
So you admit you destroyed the footage?
I said I might have.
No,
I don't recall.
It's destroyed, bro. You dropped it and then it just stopped working. I had content on there pre-recorded, ready to go. Now it'll never be listened to.
Well, maybe that's a good thing.
What? No, why? Why would you say that? There was great stuff there. It's okay.
I'm sorry, everybody.
I have something else in the works. All right, moving on from that, Rhea Ripley defends the SmackDown Women's Championship against Natalya. It's Rhea. I hate to just put it out there like that, but hey, I love Natty, but I'm going with mommy.
All right, this is the Bet the House pick. We're going with Rhea Ripley. You might have to bet the entire house just for you to get $10 in return, but bet the house. Bet the house, bet the kids' house, bet the mortgage, bet the graduation money, bet all of it, because Rhea Ripley's winning this match.
All right, next up, it is a match that is going to be a fight: Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. I'm going Brock. Brock needs a win.
Really, heavy-handed with the stuff they did on Monday. I go with Brock too. Now, what do you think is anything gonna come out of the whole Triple H Cody thing at the end of Raw? I know people are putting their tinfoil hats on and saying Triple H is the one behind the Brock Lesnar attack. I don't know about that, but telling the story of Triple H kind of knows where Cody's coming from and he can't really do much about it. Also, just the fact of if Cody does have a broken arm, why would WWE Medical still have this match happen? It doesn't make too sense to me personally, but
if Triple H is behind it, it would have to lead to a match, and he can't do that. Now, if he could, hey, that might be the when SummerSlam. That would be the WrestleMania 40 match. That's what I would do. Something massive.
Forgot if I said it. I would go with Brock Lesnar.
Yes, no, you will go with Brock. All right, the Raw Women's Championship is on the line. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Bianca?
I mean, I think it has to be Bianca. Kind of a weird build. You come out of Backlash and you have to rebuild, kind of help out Bianca's credibility after, kind of getting booed out of the building. And then she comes out in her home state, and then Asuka just sprays her, like not even giving Bianca a chance to kind of showcase herself and kind of, you know, get the crowd behind her once again. And, we're running it back from WrestleMania, which once again, it's like also, it's almost like an AEW match. Like the build has kind of been crap, but I know the match will be good if they give him time.
So you're going Bianca.
Yes, sir.
All right, it is now time to crown a new world champion. Either Seth freaking Rollins or the phenomenal AJ Styles will win the World Heavyweight Championship that traces back to the lineage of September of 2002. What if it's AJ? What if they swerve us and it's AJ?
Then pick AJ.
I didn't say I was doing that. I'm practical. I need my championship back. Look, Roman and Solo are trying to bring the tag titles. I'm bringing this podcast title to the family table. Okay? Stop. I'm going with Seth freaking Rollins.
I've been saying this since the title's been unveiled. It seems as though Seth is the guy. I know there's rumblings that WWE does, is hesitant because of his Captain America stuff, but still give me Seth Rollins. And then also, we're going to reiterate this. Regardless, me and Katie are getting 50 points or however many points are given for world
these
titles.
Points that have been calculated.
Because me and Katie got Seth Rollins and the OC. So I thank you very much.
No, we had a trade. I took AJ. I don't know what you're talking about. Next up, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens defend the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships against Solo Sikoa and the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion, the head of the table, our tribal chief, Mr. Roman Reigns. I'm going with the Bloodline.
I mean, once again, I see this one very closely. I think they could go either which way. This is day 1,000, going to be day 1,000 of the Universal title reign. I do wonder, what is going to be the main event. I think maybe for prestige purposes, you'd put the singles match on last, and maybe you can kind of get away with. But I'm going with Sami and KO to retain. Kind of begrudgingly, maybe almost kind of to differentiate from you, but also I kind of see it that way again. But like I said, last week and the week before, Sami and KO come out of WrestleMania. Haven't really felt the same. And what are they going to do with those tag titles? If Roman and Solo win those tag titles, you automatically get into a hot feud with the Usos.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to move on from that. We're going to go to the AEW predictions now. AEW Double or Nothing is Sunday, May 28th. Chris Jericho versus Adam Cole in an unsanctioned match. It was revealed on AEW tonight that Sabu, the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu will be in the corner of Adam Cole, and Sabu will also be a collectible stampede this Sunday in Woodland, California. Yes.
So that's crazy. How is it going to be at two places at once?
He's gonna get on the plane right after the autograph signing and fly out.
Okay.
I mean, it's Vegas, bro. Like the Sac Airport's 30 minutes away. It's not a far stretch, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, his signing's in the morning anyway. The times Double or Nothing start 5.
Hey, I'm not wishing anyone, misses out on autograph signing, because we know what happens. Bad things happen during Double or Nothing weekend with autograph signings.
Oh, yes.
Shout at MJF.
Of course. Jericho, you can't have him lose on 2 pay-per-views in a row, but Adam Cole needs a big win. I'm going to go Adam Cole.
I will go with Adam Cole as well. Jericho's kind of in the position where he's losing a lot of his kind of bigger matches, which is fine. And Cole, this is his biggest match since the concussion. So I think he does win, and you could elongate this feud or whatever, but I say you don't mess around. Adam Cole is one of your top guys, and you shouldn't just have him lose so early in his comeback.
Next up, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy with Isaiah Cassidy versus Ethan Page and the Guns. If Hardy Party wins, then Matt Hardy controls Ethan Page's contract. I could see that happening. I'm going to go with the Hardy Party.
Yeah, I'll go with the Hardy Party as well. I'll say it for another match, but not really watching too much of the Rampage stuff. So, a lot of this is going on Rampage, but I'll give it to the baby faces to get the Dubsky.
Right on. The TNT Championship is on the line. Wardlow versus Christian Cage in a ladder match. You know what? I'm gonna go with Christian. I can see.
Alrighty then, and I will take that open door and I will go for old War Daddy.
Okay, you do that.
I do wonder, maybe they did this with Wardlow last week and you put him in the first match so he gets a hot reaction. So maybe they do that again and put him in the opening contest and, get a positive reaction from him, because I think the later on this match goes, the more risk they have of having a dead crowd.
I do want to say I like how there's just 9 matches and usually there's like 14, so that's good. What is up next? The AEW International Championship, Orange Cassidy to defend in the Blackjack Battle Royale.
I said this last week. Orange Cassidy has been doing phenomenal. He's had a lot of great matches week after week after week. I just saw a tweet that he's had 22 title defenses in his international reign, while Roman Reigns is only at 28. Well, not only, but, comparatively, Orange Cassidy is almost up there with Roman Reigns in terms of title defenses. So if he's going to have this long reign, I get it. He's kind of worn out, but if he's going to lose, he should lose a one-on-one. And if they do have some sort of big return or big debut in this match, so be it. But I feel as though if you're going to really hammer the story out with Orange Cassidy, have him lose in a one-on-one title match.
Okay. I'll go with Orange Cassidy as well. All right. The AEW World Tag Team Championships, FTR versus Jay Lethal and JEFFJARRETT. This WJ Jeff Jarrett. With I believe Karen Jarrett by their sides and whatnot. I love Lethal and Jarrett, but I'm going to be practical and choose FTR.
I will choose FTR as well. I forget if we talked about it, but I really enjoyed the pre-tape segment they had at the Briscoe family farm. I thought that was great. But other than that, not the biggest fan of the build. The very obvious, oh, I got blinded and I accidentally hit my buddy with a tombstone or a pile driver. Now he hates me, even though he could have just watched the tape back. Or he, not a big fan of all this, but hopefully we just get it over with. FTR gets the win and they can move on and maybe do bigger and better things.
Yes. The TBS Championship is on the line. Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie. Could this really be it, man? Is this it? I mean,
it could be. Taya is one of, if not the biggest name that Jade has kind of gone after and had a full-fledged feud with. So I could see it happen. Kind of, I mean, I feel like I don't know. I know, the whole Mercedes Mone thing is a lot of people kind of see her as being someone to dethrone Jade. Taya's kind of up there. So if you're going to have her beat Jade, how much does she really get out of it? So I kind of lean towards Jade winning. And it's almost like the Orange Cassidy thing is like you've put so much, emphasis and so much cachet behind her that her just losing this in a mid-card match that probably not a lot of people are going to care about. I'd much rather be like a main event of a Rampage, Collision, Dynamite, or, one of the marquee matches on like a television show.
She should lose the TBS title on TBS. It's just my theory about it. I'm going Jade Cargill as well. All right, it is the Pillars match, the 4-way. Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, and Sammy Guevara all challenge Maxwell Jacob Friedman for the AEW Heavyweight Championship of the World. I think MJF walks out the champ.
I agree. And even though this might not be the best built match, I do think this will be the main event. They have just, done this so much with the championship. And once again, I think AEW showed their hand with MJF cutting his promo, and the only person to go toe-to-toe on the mic with him this week was Darby Allin, which kind of shows that Darby, I think, is by far and away the guy compared to the other 3 people in this. I do suspect we see a Sammy Guevara heel turn again in this match, whether it is just to help out MJF or he does it for himself. We shall see. But I do you think this is the main event? Because I feel as though it'll be the main event. And CM Punk? Yeah, maybe.
That would be
Possibly.
something. That would be something. I don't know.
MJF did it to Punk. Punk can give him the receipt.
You never You know what? That would be dope. That would be dope. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. The AW Women's World Championship, Jamie Hayter defends against Tony Storm. I'm gonna go Tony Storm.
Haters gonna hate. Give me Jamie Hayter.
All right. Well, that was easy. Can't just keep agreeing with me, man. I know what you're doing. I know what
Exactly.
you're doing. Yeah. All right. I think this will be the main event. Anarchy within the arena, the BCC. Claudio Castagnoli, John Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, and Brian Danielson going up against the Elite, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, the Cleaner, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Adam Page. Yeah.
I absolutely loved this match last year. It was my favorite match of the night. And I wonder, because we've gone through the entire card, there are a lot of gimmick matches on this. We got the ladder match, we got the unsanctioned match, and now we're going to have this match. So, 3 hardcore matches all in one show. Does that dilute the crowd a little bit? Maybe, but I think they're just going to go so heavy with the hardcore and the blood and the guts, and maybe this builds towards blood and guts. If it is the main event, I think the Elite have to win. Now, I say it's not the main event, so I think it's a little bit more closer than that. So, Phillip, I'll let you decide. Who are you going to take? I'll let you get the first go at it. Since, I'm the champion, I should get champion's advantage.
I've had the first go at like a lot of them. This is your go. Here you go.
Fine. I will go. Blood and Guts is around the corner, seemingly. A lot of people kind of thinking, they finally do a women's one, but I don't know. This Outcast thing just has not been very good. And Wheeler Yuta seems to always be the odd man out. But last year, if you remember, Brian Danielson was the one to lose in Anarchy in the arena. So they're not opposed to having a big name lose in one of these matches. That being said, I'll take the Elite.
All right. I'll take the Elite as well.
Smart man, smart man.
Yeah. That's gonna do it for. Oh, excuse me, Jesus. That is gonna do it for our predictions for AEW and WWE's pay-per-views this weekend. I'm telling you, man, we should throw NXT in there too, man.
I mean, we can do like a little preview. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know exactly what the hell's going on. I do know they have the women's championship match. We got Braun Breaker and what's his face, the champion.
Yeah,
I be honest.
That's all you know, huh? That's all you know. That's all you know.
That's all I got.
That's all you know. That's all you know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Narrative Formations, Saturday, 5 p.m. Slash-a-Palooza. Come party with the Underground. Come celebrate Bossman's 40th birthday. See matches like Joey Gonzo and Marcelo Montoya going up against a Graveyard Shift consisting of Toby Reynolds and Dave Wasted. Dave Wasted, big matches this week, huh? Big matches this week. Let's see. Who else do we have? Laura Frazier versus Jordan Blue. Money, Power, Respect, Marco Mayor, Fabuloso Fabricio going up against THC, the High Council, consisting of Dante Daring and the Punjabi Lion Chima. Nick Xander versus Brooke Havoc. Jordan Cruz defends the Gatekeeper title against Isaiah Bronson, and more. Juicy Finale will be in action. You can't miss that. And I believe we are going to crown a new Beast of the East champion as well. Not only that, Collectible Stampede 2 is happening. You don't want to miss this. It is going down in Woodland, California on Sunday, May 28th. Where is this address? Here it is. Taqueria Guadalajara, 6W Court Street, Woodland, California. See such matches as, there's been some injuries at SPW, so some of these matches may still go on as planned. Eliza Hammer versus Scoot Robinson. JT Thorne versus DJ Fresh versus Joey Gonzo for the West Coast Championship. Let's see. You have Midas Creed versus Ezra for the Off the Dead Championship. You have a whole bunch of other matches. Sabu will be there signing autographs. Mustafa Saeed will be signing autographs, and he'll be in action with El Flaco Loco to take on Cutie and the Beast. There'll be 2 ladder matches. One will crown the Chase champion, Bobby Callahan, Jester, Sir Samurai, and others will be in that. And not to mention the Bulletcast Heavyweight Championship. Alpha Zoe, Loverboy Leo, Dave Wasted. Only one of them can walk out with the title. Find out who it is. Thank you guys so much. Recaps for Night of Champions and Double or Nothing will be going up a few days after both events. Thank you guys so much. Be safe and stay dangerous. I guess.
If you feel it, our opinions is great. With everything we moving now with the state, turn us on if the feeling is right. Every opinion now comes from the heart. No time we move with a part. We on the radio, it's wrestling. Time's aggression. Here is the feeling in the pool. Get the lesson. And if you want to prove it to you now, here's the feeling in the time and everything that we did. Listen to the senators connecting it. Moving on everything that's pronouncing it. Everything we did in the time now with the testament. Here is the feeling when we live on the stage. And everything we do, turning the page. Nobody doesn't like us. The feeling when we move, we are excited. Elite podcasting. I know you like it. Yeah, the bullet cast, fearless. The bullet cast, fearless. The bullet cast, fearless. Elite podcasting, we are. The bullet cast now, fearless. The bullet cast now, fearless. Elite podcasting, no we on. Elite podcasting, no we on.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.